Enchanté.
Okay, so I shot that entire commercial right here on this table with one of the best cinema cameras in the world. My Canon M50. I'll show you exactly how I did it, and I'm even gonna show you how to create your own custom special effects, because, well, if you've been here for a while now on my channel, then you know that I love showing you that you don't need a $4,000 camera to create a cool commercial or a cool video. But before I show you the behind the scenes, first, camera settings. I shot everything in 60 frames per second so I could slow down the footage. Shutter speed, of course, double the frame rate, 125th. The lens is a 22mm prime set at f2.0 for all the shots. And the color profile, I used the neutral picture style, with the contrast and saturation all the way down. That allowed me to do some simple color grading. But you don't have to color grade. You could just as easily use a standard picture profile with good color straight out of camera and still get great results, no problem. And that's it. No, wait. Do you remember my pirate commercial where Do you remember my pirate commercial where I used this turntable to get the shots of the bottle spinning around? Well, for this commercial, I used it again, but I decided to make the turntable part of the commercial, part of the story. I thought it would be a fun idea. But anyway, behind the scenes. So this is my setup. I know it looks like a mess, but that's just because I tried to improvise with a bunch of stuff that I found here in the attic. It's a pretty simple setup. We have the turntable here with the can, and then this piece of plastic is the black background with a blue light to create that nice blue halo around the can. Over here we have my camera, and then behind the camera is another light, but it's blocked, so it's not lighting the can directly. I put 2 sheets of reflective material on each side of the can, and those will reflect the light coming from that light onto the sides of the can to create those nice highlights, those lines. And then over here, my Godox SL60W, it's lighting the whole scene, but it's not very bright. And that's it. So let's start filming now. First, a couple of shots of the can spinning around. Few wide shots, few close-ups, and I'm also gonna spray the can with water to add some texture that will create these nice little water droplets on the surface. Let's do it. I think I got some good shots already, but just to be sure, I'm also gonna try another technique. Instead of giving the turntable a spin and then pulling away my hand, I'm just gonna keep my hand there and control the speed myself. I put on this black glove to avoid any reflections of my skin on the can. Not sure if it works, but we'll see. Let's give it a try. And now, same thing, but for a close-up. Wait, let me interrupt for just a second, because I forgot to tell you that I used manual focus for all the shots, because it's a moving object, and if I don't use manual focus, then the camera will, well, it will just flip. Now, setting the focus on the can is pretty easy, but later in the video, when I'm shooting the glass and ice cubes, it's a bit more difficult because everything is transparent. So what I did then is I just put my finger in the glass where I want to focus, and then I focused on my finger. Makes it a lot easier. But manual focus, that's important here. That's it for the can spinning around. Now it's time to open the can, and instead of using a closed can, I'm gonna use one that's already open. That way I can try out different things, different positions, without having to open a new can each time. You're not gonna see the top of the can anyway. The sound I will add later, and also the spray coming out of the can. I will add that separately. I will shoot that also separately. I will show you that at the end of the video. Secret trick. I think I've got all the shots of the can. Now it's time for the glass and the ice cubes. Remember in my last commercial when I used real ice? Yeah, that was so frustrating. So I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna use fake ice cubes. I'm also gonna turn on the turntable now so that I can focus on dropping the ice cubes. It's gonna be easier. I just hope that it doesn't spin too fast. I know that I'm gonna slow down the footage, but I'm not sure how fast that thing spins, you know? But we'll see. Next are the shots where I pour the cola in the glass. Now, there's gonna be only one shot where you actually see the can, so for that shot I'm gonna use a new can, but for all the other shots I will just use a bottle. That way I don't have to waste all these little cans. And again, same as the first shots of the can spinning around, I'm gonna do some wide shots and then some close-ups. So, what do you think? That wasn't too complicated, right? Or was it? No, I'm pretty sure that all of you can create a similar commercial. It doesn't matter what camera you have, just be creative with your setup and what you use to light, what you use for the background, because you can use pretty much anything you find, seriously. Okay, but now, let's not forget the spray coming out of the can when I opened it, because it wasn't there in the shot. I had to create my own special effect for that, and it's not that difficult. So this is the clip without the spray, how I shot it, and this is with sound effect and spray added. I just downloaded the sound effect, but the spray itself, how did I do that? Well, it's pretty simple. All you need is a black background and one light. Then you have to make sure that the light doesn't spill onto the background, because it's really important that the background is super black as possible. I put the background on a small table and then the light on the floor. So none of the light went onto the background. And then the spray bottle and film some spray. Of course, make sure that it's in focus. And then we take that footage into our editing program, make sure that the background, again, is 100% black, so increase the contrast if necessary. And then when I set the composite mode to screen, boom, we have spray. And then it's just a matter of cutting it out, and that's it. Your own custom special effect. You can do this with spray, smoke, even with fire, I think. Just get creative. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked it, because I certainly did. That shoot was a lot of fun. If you liked it too, like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe come say hello on Instagram. I would really like that. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.